Hello. Hi, welcome to
Hello.
the first week of AOE. I'm Empha. I'm being joined here by Panda.
Yeah, no.
We'll be casting the two games that's going to happen. It's going to be the Monash Mages versus Lijiang Tower Incident, and then we'll have the Monash Double Agents versus Griffins. So yeah.
Yeah.
And excited for the first week of AOE.
Yeah, it's good to be back. A lot of good games. Old rivalries. Lijiang Tower versus Mages has been an old favourite game of Mages and Monash, and it'll be good to see if we can get another good game out of it today. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So yeah, for those of us joining us. Yep. So this is the map pool for AOE. So every week there's going to start with a different control map. So this week we're starting with Ilios, and then afterwards the teams are free to choose whichever map they want to play. And I believe it's the first to three, best of 5. And yeah, that's the structure of the game. So let's go through both teams. Start. Oh, we don't have it. Never mind. All right, no worries. Our producers is working on something. Yeah, yeah. If it's not working, it's fine. I mean, just go into the game because I think the players are pretty eager to start since everyone's ready. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's check that. All right, we're checking with the players right now. Yep.
I need permission from players first.
Yeah.
Ready, and
Oh, you're changing teams. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, Lijiang Tower, Monash Mages, those of you who have been a long time supporter / watcher, this has been a time-worn rivalry, I think, since I started joining the Mages. We've always been in the same division. Our decided match was streamed versus them, and there was a clutch play at the end that won us the game 3-2, won us the whole series 3-2. It was really exciting. But yeah, there's new faces on the team. Like Mages, we have old faces returning, Joker, our resident Doom one trick. We have the Chicken moving on to the DPS role this time around, but we also have new players here, Russo and Ube Ice Cream, also known as Filipino Fries. And yeah, Lijiang Tower Incident. I think the only two people I recognize is Alden Leaf and Avocado, so I'm interested to see these new players and how they can pop off.
yeah. So we're going straight to areas. Very dive-centric map. See what comps the teams come out of. I'm expecting some on a break. Winston, Doom. Joker coming out with Winston, and Lijiang Tower we're going to go with the Doom comp.
Yeah, I think Leaf is a pretty big Doom player from what I remember, but he's also got Dive as his main repertoire. He likes playing. Oh, they like playing Doom. They like playing Winston. I believe is the main one. But yeah, very standard. Lighthouse on a break, staying with the high ground. Not a big surprise or anything, but definitely see difference in the hit scans here. We have the Tracer Ash coming out from Mages and the Cassidy Genji coming out from Lijiang Tower Incident. Yeah, surprise not.
Doom taking the middle. Doom going aggressive straight away.
Yep. And poking out, trying to get punch here.
Yeah.
And honestly, Lijiang good to kill the high ground. Avocado setting up a dive here.
One, two. Right in. Russell, one.
Russell's down, picking up very low, but he's able to stay alive, but he's forced to drop the spot. Monash Mages getting taken out quite low. Yep. But he managed to turn it around. Chirpy gets a kill on the Genji. Unfortunately, they weren't able to secure the kill there. The nade plus the healing for the break. Too strong.
Big difference with the on a break of Monash Mages.
Yep, definitely. And Monash Mages is going to take the first cap of the point here. Alright, you see the high ground getting set up again. Right, ended. And the Winston just holding. Quite standard. But yeah, it's up to Lijiang Tower Incident and try to break this high ground of the Monash Mages right now. Joker taking out really low. He's able to survive. Rus takes down both DPS as well on the back end. They're just going to clean up here. But Chicken just carrying up the backline of this Tracer, just causing so much chaos and finding good flank angles. And Lijiang Tower Incident forced to fall back.
Really strong start from Monash Mages. Good shots from Russo to take off the head with the amazing hit scan, and great defense from the backline. People out from all the barracks.
Yep. So Chicken just poking around the backline here. Getting chased out. Luke is forced to use the recall, but that's on Winston. He dives in early, managed to find the Ana and trying to. Still has the primal. He's taken down quite low here, but he's not gonna be able to find it. Looking at Doomfist now. and forcing me to strike, and I think they had to give at this point. Russo being forced out of the high ground here, but he's gonna relax, gonna chill, and Doomfist gonna get out of his life. And yeah, Legion Tower Incident, no ults invested, but other than the meteor strike, but still a really difficult task for them to fight into the Brick Rally and the ball coming up.
Now he's looking dangerous here. Early dive from Winston. Forced out.
Slowly changing over to the venture here. Looking for some value here. Fossy's dig early, and Russo gets taken out by a really big nade. Brick Rally using
Go back from the honor.
but was down for me.
Yeah, it's the life from that line. Doom getting low. Everyone's kind of low on 5 Lijiang towers, and will be a win. Monash pages. I think he plays the map out right here. Doom dead. Venture down, and that's going to be round 1 of map 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lijiang Tower Incident was not able to pull out the Nano Blade combo that they were saving up for. Bit questionable from Diana, jumping on point there, and unfortunately got her called out. They traded supports, but unfortunately, Monash just sets at a high ground advantage, and Chirpy with the rally just managed to take so much control back of the high ground and bring down the health bars of Lijiang Tower Incident down pretty low.
Yeah.
Alright. Going to the second map here, we normally see Widowmaker come out with these maps for teams that do favor that. I know Russo is a Widowmaker player himself, but Ash still just as strong in this map. Lijiang of course made the switch to the Venture in between the round, and we'll see if they stick with it. Seems they want to switch, Snowy wants to switch to the Tracer here, and just going for a full dive commit instead. Yeah, the Widowmaker Russo coming out.
Be careful with the honor.
Yep. Alright, Lijiang actually has swapped the team to a full dive, the more mobile dive with the Lusukiri instead of the Brigada. So a lot of it is just to look at that.
Oh my gosh, nice shot.
Huge early shot onto the Curry.
Going out for the Tracer, chicken not being careful enough.
Yeah,
Huge shot getting in, anti-nade coming back in and hits 2+, getting all the double killing on the back line. It looks like the fight gonna be one of the massive nades before the prize. Looking like they want to kind of take some space off this, maybe get a pick from Alicio, the jury, and another nade going in.
Instantly cleared.
And it looks like they're gonna get out.
Yeah, they're gonna stabilize here. And Russo's still looking very dangerous on the Widowmaker. The early pick was huge.
Oh yeah, little trophy. Ooh,
got on the west for the
that's straight there.
Yep. Alright. As you see, Joker getting out, and it's 4-4 right now, but they are down to board.
Yeah,
oh, Russo.
They do it out the big.
Yep.
Russo
caught up
on point. Looks like they're just gonna force him out. Ooh, nice nade. Keep jerk up. And the break's back. Looks like the fight might be winnable now. Joker's somehow still up.
Yeah, Doom is just not getting enough healing, they're bubble blocking most of it, I believe. And Joker, the primer now, he's stalled even longer for this point. He's looking for the picks here, Lucio looking for it, not gonna find anything, but they're just gonna be able to force him back without using any outs here.
Yeah, that's the same work from Philip Enterprise and Joker. Joker just staying alive on point, and Philip Enterprise push him off and somehow stay alive from the dive and chasing of Doom. Great work. Stalling until Chirpy came back and turning the fight around.
Yep. Because you see them win the Nano. Russo found an amazing pick on the Tracer as well, but it's getting taken out. But now, Lijiang Tower Incident, out's coming up, they have the beat, they have the blade. It's a lot of pressure for them, and Chirpy needs to build out their rally for this fight.
On the point here, looks like they're going to go for an early dive with the Tracer focus bomb. Susan's forced out, chasing down, anti-nade on Lucio, and that's going to be a kill. Looks like Lijiang Tower Incident is going to have to back out here. Final out to chase and get another pick. He's gonna get out. Oh my gosh, Joker. Chasing all the way in. So it's gonna be a fight. Final fight. Tracer's down, just Doom alive, and asleep to end out the match. Huge work from Philip Enterprise here. Oh, touch. Doom's still alive. Doom's somehow still living.
But they're really being forced out here by the mages.
There's just too many hours and mages, old bank, and too much important staggers. One kill from Avocado to make it possible, but that's really it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna be all she wrote here for Lijiang Tower Incident. Mages coming over a very strong showing on Ilios. And yeah, they're gonna be able to win the map 2-0.
Very strong strong.
Very clean.
Especially for the Enterprise, the armor, the mages was looking very, very good this map. Nades have been on point every single fight on the back line or keeping himself up. Chirpy's been doing great as well to hit the whip shots, keep the shield in front of the attacking DPS and backline. I don't know if they even died once that map. Insane.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're really staying alive so long, and I think even when one team, like, they managed to find a pick on Ana, Chirpy was there with the break rally to sustain a bit more, and
Yeah.
just really strong play coming from most of them. But we'll see. Let's see Lijiang Tower is maybe try and switch things up. There's, of course, like you said, dive map. They might try and do for rush if they're more comfortable with it. I was interested to see what they're going to pick and what they will look to change the team comp up to, because honestly, that was a very strong showing for the mages. All right, I'm gonna check with them for the map now. Like we said from before, the map pool. There's no structured map pool this time. The teams can choose any maps they want from the pool, except for control maps, I believe. Yep. So we're just waiting on Lijiang Tower instead and choose a map here. But yeah, Panda, so far, who has impressed you the most, actually?
Philip Enterprise and Mage's back. Chirpy's also just been still stepping up really since the last time I've seen his break. Been on point, not really every setting except for that one exception on ruins.
Yeah.
And it's been really good to see them keep alive even under tough dives from double flex DPS and the Doom.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
We're going to Surabasa.
Ooh, okay.
This is going to lock out both Clash and Flashpoint maps.
Yep. Surabasa, I think very classic map. I think a lot more people prefer this over Lijiang City as well. But also it's a lot more divey than Lijiang City. So it'd be interesting to see whether they make any changes here in the Tower incident, whether they have some strat lined up for them. And yeah, I think we're gonna end the game and we're gonna begin round 2. This matchup.
Initiating match.
All right. See both teams running out here. Surabasa, of course, very interesting sort of map layout design. Especially the first point. The high ground sometimes can be so oppressive, and the entrance is a bit weird, but it's so easy to flip the point. And that T Life Fever, those characters on top there is really strong. Kiriko being able to wall climb.
Yeah.
So not supposed to take advantage of that, but
it's also really interesting because there isn't as much oppressive high ground, so you can move on to other points, so you might want to swap up your team comp.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lucio is looking like the staple on this comp. Monash is going to go out on the Winston. Bit of a surprise considering how much Joker likes Doom and Doom's strength on this map.
Yeah.
As well as keeping Ash, which is an interesting pick on such a static map. On such a mobile map where you don't want to really be static and sit still. But that might be, as you said, because of the oppressive high ground or first point where Ash can get to and Cassidy can't really.
Yeah, definitely. But we see a Reaper coming out here from Lijiang Tower instant. Just a very classic ranked. They have a Winston, so we pick Reaper. So pick here. But Avocado being taken out early.
No support from Avocado on the fight was Chicken got all the help he wanted, as he called, to take on the 1v1 and get support from that.
Support. Going aggressively here, but it's not going to find anyone.
Looks like they're chasing a bit. And usually Winston's only for a double flex support is an interesting pick. Especially how dominant Lucio and mobile supports have been on this map historically.
Yeah, and now we see the strength of the Ash pick here actually. They're still on the high ground. It's nothing can really touch, like only the Doomfist can really reach up there. And he's just free hitting on the point here. They are scrapping the point.
Coming in. Philip Enterprise still humps them up, but there's going to be a trade, and Chirpy's going to trade that straight back out. You can see the dominance of the high ground here and having control of this map. This point is so easy to steamroll from getting the first fight with him and to capturing a point.
And they just hold on to the point there, no ults invested by both sides. But all ults coming up from the side of Lijiang Tower. We're going to item extra in here to see whether he has a good pulse from us so early here.
Oh, Doom won! Oh my goodness, catch the Doom!
Yep.
They don't even make the case, they've won the point. Yeah. They are going to invest the final roach case. Lucio looking low, gets the Fury, and Tracer's going to be headshot as well. This is a dominant showing out from Monash Mages.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the first point is easily going to go over to them, and they're going to choose to back off now. And the objective is going to be Palace, I believe.
Yes. Talking over to Palace.
Oh no, it's Ruins.
No, it's wrong.
It's Ruins. Yeah, it's Ruins, yeah. The wrong map, but Autumn Leaf trying to look for stragglers on the point here, but of course, the Lucio just offers too much speed here. I think that's what Green Tower is.
From the high ground, even stop early base being taken. Chicken going aggressive a little bit early, trying to get a pulse kill. He doesn't have recall now, so he can't really go aggressive as Lijiang Collinson push back in with pulse. And it is going to be a pick for Lijiang Collinson. The Joker are doing God's work to get the armor. But I do think this is going to be a Lijiang Collinson with that lane. Very strong.
Joker there stalling the backline. But unfortunately, Chicken died early, so he couldn't get much support. And
the take on the Chicken going, waiting for a pulse bomb kill early when he stayed on the angle and killed and let Lijiang Collinson walk in to get a coordinated dive.
Yeah.
Reaper going in very aggressive, very quick
they haven't kept the point yet. They're finding it back to beat Investor from Chirpy. Reaper taken down.
Reaper in trouble, nice work. Tracer on that side. Looks like Akiri's in trouble. Oh no.
TP got interrupted by the Doom. Yep.
Doom chasing. The 2v2. Still winnable. One more invested.
Yep.
Knockdown. Tracer Doom plus Winston Doom. I think the Lucio was Winston.
Yeah, Chirpy gets taken out early though.
Doom on there, still winnable. Reaper back, that's gonna be it. Yeah.
Just to try and get out. Oh, the Suzu comes in, but the stuck.
Oh my god.
Okay. The fadeaway kill from Avocado sacrificing, getting treated. And yeah, I think they just have to reset, but very long point stall and ultimates invested by both teams here. But I think Lijiang Tower came out on top. They still have the Reaper out, they still have the Doomfist, and now swap over to the Baptiste instead of the Ana, laying double flex support. It's gonna be really strong with this high ground control, yeah.
Give me interesting if they put high plus at the Reaper. He's got a very impressive high ground. Get me playing. Huge doom out though. Gets Akiri and Lucio. The backline from Monash Mages is kind of crumbling a bit here under the dive pressure of the doom on this map. Looking not quite as strong as they were as on the Island Break.
Yeah, unfortunately this part of the map just has so much kill zones for the doom to dive in, and it's just really like good honestly good environmental for the walls and stuff for them to use. But yeah, I think they just look like they're gonna give it a point. I don't think they can touch, 97, 98, and yeah. Series
also,
there
also could be recent changes to Jericho with the 25 health getting knocked off the HD. They could be going up a bit faster than we expect. Not using TP and Suzu in time. His muscle memory needs to be worked on.
Yeah.
Such
and
recent
Yep. Moving on to the next map. And yeah, I mean, on that note as well, like the Tracer as well. Both teams still running in Tracer, even though the nerfs, but I think, a lot of teams. Tracer has been meta for so long, and a lot of teams just really like to prioritize that pick, and she's just so mobile, so flexible in so many situations that, it's still stable even with the nerf and the damage. Yeah, we see Russo set with the high ground here, just taking pot shots and finds the Baptiste of a headshot. May just trying to get control of the point here. Russo still free firing. Chicken going in with B, but Convenient Tower is going to get cleaned up here, and May just going to get control of the point first.
The Doom dive got really avoided there, and then punished really hard, which was great to see from the backline with Monash Mages. Great improvement even from the last point.
Yep, both spot ultimates coming up for both teams here. Mages with the Bob. We'll see how they utilize this. Lijiang Tower also has a pulse from online soon. So we're still playing a bit aggressive,
which is really important to see. I imagine we're going to see them lay up on each other as one goes aggressive forward one to the other. Huge shot from Russo, followed up by Chicken there to win the fight. With next to no ults used really, just... Oh no, we did use the rush there, and the Bob. No ults responded for the Tower there.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to push up there now, especially if they're on the speed, and honestly Russell, I've seen this before, like, it's pretty much the same thing, he's just on that high ground, just taking pot shots, and now he's swapped over to the road hall for Autumn Leaf. Interesting. I'm trying to force something out here, but still no access. Lijiang Tower going in aggressively, Avocado forced to blink down, and Joker jumping right into the arms of a hog, and...
But he's gonna use the time, he's gonna get the trade, just the map, and that's gonna be curious. Well, Doom falling, Reaper falling, Tristan after it, and that's gonna be the hug to close out the point.
Yeah.
We'll be swapping over to Gardens or House or
Palace, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, good odds invested there from Monash Majors. Legion Tower is just in no position to use it. I think the rush should have been used there, but unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize. I think the pick's just too early. Once he lost spread piece, the sustain from Akiriko just not enough to counteract the dive of Joker. And yeah, Major's gonna take that point and lead us to match point of the series. The match point of the series. Of this.
It's already used recall quite early. If Monash Majors take a fight now, Lijiang Tower is gonna be a disadvantage, but it looks like both teams are just going to rotate towards point and fight on point. People looking quite dangerous this Lijiang Tower instant falling off. Window out. Joker's in trouble as the ult comes out. Joker's still one chasing. He's gonna die, he's back on the outside of the map, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, 3 hours into the Legion Tower incident, and unfortunately the supports of the Mages dived in early with the Winston, causing the death of Ube Ice Cream, of Filipino fries. But yeah, 3 hours invested, but you just take that as Monash Majors. You want to reset, and yeah, you will build up to some outs of your own again.
I'm really looking for Joker to maybe swap over to a Doom here. Could be very strong against the Hog and Reaper combo, which will melt on Winston. It looks like, yeah, you're gonna go for a pulse bomb play. No pulse bomb, stuff on the Winston. Too soon to counter. And yeah, I think LGI needed to push in along with the Tracer dive if I was to work.
Yeah,
but somehow picked. The fight winnable for now for LTI. Joker falling as well. Hog needs to die right now, and they do get the pick. So that's gonna be it. And
yeah, good punish from the Mages, getting the chase on recall, and of course Russo then playing on that long streak just because he can free fire from that long range and get so much value out of the Ashe here. And yeah, probably one of the Ashe's best points as well, because of how long the sidelines are of this map.
Look at how Instant already got 70%, so if Mages lose the fight, that's going to be coming to last point. But Chicken winning the duel on against Avocado. Nice work, pushing in from Joker and Chicken. Be careful with the Reaper. Two still one, and now backing off maybe to ensure they stay alive. They will get back on the way out. But Chicken, oh no, unfortunate pick, but it's going to be a fast respawn. Looks like Joker should really just be trying to get out. Hogult invested, but Joker's going to make it out, and that's going to be a really tough fight now for Lijiang Tower Instant to pick back in. Especially
the Tracer.
Almost 5 ults after the Monash Majors. I don't see how they lose this, especially with the only ult coming up is 4 ults for Lijiang Tower Instant. And that's going to be 1, and it's going to be an important one, the Hog down straight away. 2 supports down, Reaper down, nice Tracer, and that's going to be math.
Yep.
Very nicely played by Monash Majors. A lot more signs of life though from Lijiang Tower Instant compared to the first map. Looking like the double flex support's working a lot better than the Ana break on this map, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if they lead into that. I think that was really strong, and when they were holding the point, they had when they had like point control, it was really good. But yeah, unfortunately, once again, the dive from Monash Majors is too strong. Oh, what a pulse! Hits everyone down so low, and the follow up here was great from Joker, great from the rest of the team, and just really in sync with each other. It's getting all this damage in, and yeah, it's interesting to see because different synergies now. The Chicken swapping over the DPS this season. He has been grinding a lot of DPS in the ranks, but yeah, Joker and him, they've been playing together for so long now. Synergy is there and the dive synergy is there. So it's good to see them working together and getting the kills. But yeah, we're gonna head over the match point. Monash Majors a match point right now. Lijiang Tower has the map choice once again. And we'll see whether they take something different. Just to see whether they can, because once again, Surabasa being such a dive heavy map, it is it is, I think it would be wiser then to maybe just take something different here for the Mages, choose something maybe out of their comfort zone. While the escort maps just take the sidelines. I mean, Russo is a good Widowmaker, but I think there's something you need to change and try and contest it, because right now the dive is not really working out for them, and the counter picks as well not really working out either.
Yeah.
We're waiting for them to choose a map now, and yeah. I mean, we talked about Monash Majors last map, but Lijiang Tower Incident, any player that's really stood out so far for you? Brenda?
Autumn Leaf students looks very strong so far,
Yeah.
and it's been great to see the coordination between Autumn Leaf and Avocado on the Tracer. I think they've done great to coordinate some dives together. And they've obviously been communicating, talking very well together to make sure that when they're focusing the same person. And it's caught out Ube Ice Cream and the Kiriko very often, which is a surprise to see considering how strong the Kiriko and Anna picks off Ube Ice Cream.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, yeah, I think like going back to the old team of Legion Towers, I believe those two are the other ones that are still on the team here. And I think the synergy would also be really strong between them. But yeah, I mean, there's some bright spots there, especially that second point when they managed to win the map back. You know, the Reaper pick was coming in pretty clutch there, good outs, good timings together, and they had some good dives. But yeah, unfortunately, just unable to keep up the pace with the Lucio Kiri comp. But yeah, once again, you know, talk about the fact that the both support seem more comfortable on the flex support picks. Hopefully, they choose something more favorable for that. And yep, they are actually. They are choosing Circuit Royale. Yep. Very historical double flex support map. Ilari very strong. Ilari did just get nerfed, the damage a little, but you know, Zen still picked that people like to comfort, like default to. Other people also like to choose. You know, we do see some weird comps coming out here, some Reinhardt sometimes as well. But of course, that second point, the high ground, is so impressive, and honestly, we might see like a battle of the Widowmakers here if they want to take up the challenge. But yeah, we're just getting the site for the mages. Yeah, Circuit Royale. Okay, mages can choose to defend first. Yep. All right.
Are we ready to go in?
Gonna check the players. Players are ready to go. Yep. And it's do or die time for Legion Tower incident. I mean, okay, it's not do or die time, but you know, it is match point, and they need to win this to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see whether they can pull out something here. Yeah, I mean, both tanks here so far seem to be favoring the dive here as well. So we'll see whether they'll choose to run that. Still not very good, of course, but the Sigma is the obvious choice here in this map, and see maybe some different styles coming out instead.
Yeah, as far as I know, Mages have been cooking up some Ryan comps and TP Sims because they don't really like to play the Widow big comps, and we are going to see the Ryan coming out from Monash Mages with a Lucio, Bap, and Sim TP comp.
Yep, because this map, a lot of people like to hold on the high ground there. We'll see whether the Mages is the same here. I think we just saw it. If you guys were watching the Overwatch World Cup, it was Crazy Raccoon and Fnatic maybe or something, and they just like didn't get on the point. They full held that first point here, and yeah, it's just a really close, it's really fast map. But yeah, I think they're looking for it. Looking for the TP. They are doing it right now.
Yeah, they are going to be sitting above the point. It'll be really interesting.
Yeah, let's see what
Have Lijiang haven't noticed it yet? Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, Genji saw them, and that's going to be a notice. And they're seeing all five up top. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to touch point and hold point.
Yeah, actually,
this is behind, and we're running at the Sig low already. Shield down, but they are going to retreat back into the corner. Ube Ice Cream is picked off. That's so fortunate to see. Going to TP back up, and TP back down. Big looking in danger, and it's going to be a retreat from Monash Mages just the path, and they just don't have the heals to sustain. Joker's going to be picked off as he goes out, and that's going to be maybe even a point. He'll get the very least towards the end of it. And Joker's going to flip over to the Sig. They're going Sig, Hanzo. I don't know if they'll keep the Lucio, they'll probably swap it up to Zen maybe, I assume.
Yep. But early pick here on the Genji of Avocado, revenge for Ube Ice Cream. Yeah.
A bit too aggressive. And Joker's going to go aggressive and show them a huge block coming out from Autumn Leaf to save his team. They are still getting a headshot though, and it's going to be a full retreat from Lijiang Talents. Then another pick from Resto, who's looking very strong on the Widow today.
Yeah, definitely. That's double cypher setup here, definitely a lot better for Mages. Of course, the Lucio being a bit weird there, but still workable. I think Chirpy just wants to work towards this out here. And Russo with the infra side here, he's going to do a whole lot of progress here from Legion Tower Winston. But you know what? They've got a lot of distance on the map here. They can still slowly walk away and push around the corner, but yeah, definitely need some ults to help them here.
Yeah. Coming up over the top for Avocado, and Avocado is low. Oh my gosh, nice thing there. Monash made his backline to deal with the Genji coming from the path, and nice shots from Russo. This is looking dangerous at the moment. Oh, he's gonna get picked off though. Nice shots from Howard tagged him.
Yeah, she wasn't there for Joker. Unfortunately, he does go a little bit aggressive, a little bit too in, but
yeah. But the Ashe is gonna be fair, so it's gonna look like it will be a 5v5 fight, but they're looking to take the 4v4 early. Trans coming out early from this den, not much in the game over exactly some place. Normally they take down by the window answer combo, and that's gonna be 5. Genji 1, that's it. And it's gonna be back out from the Ashe and back I imagine is the sequel sword. Ashe 1 HP, or a headshot. Nice work.
yeah. Unfortunately, there, Lijiang Winston committed a trans early just to get the team across, but that means Olympic didn't have any sustain and just got burned from the window of Ube Ice Cream and failed to use the ultimate. Joker of the Counter Plus Observe managed to secure the fight, of course. But now we see Russo with the walls up here.
An interesting
very dangerous
trade to Wolf Cup early. They're not gonna have shield now. Oh my gosh, Avocado. 1 shot Rosso, and that's gonna be Monash Majors and full retreat as they back off. Shift out from Joker and it's going to continue to be aggressive. But a headshot trade from Chicken. Dragon Blade going in, beat to sustain, and Joker's going to trade it out. They're going to walk back in now as Joker's going for a flank here, going onto the backline, Baps in danger. Future off to keep them up, but they are going to be going down. And it's going to be Sig chasing down. And this is looking to the point to see if they can get the Sig.
Yep, Joker trying to push. Yeah. Yeah, I think Autumn is gonna be okay. Chicken going in so aggressive here, trying to the pick.
He shot from Soldier. Oh, a headshot from Russo.
Another.
He just cleared this. Oh my gosh. And he somehow lives huge support from Chirpy to keep him up. And that's like it's gonna be the attack half over.
Yeah, Russo showing his dominance.
Yeah,
Russo showing his dominance on the Widowmaker. Such a strong pick, but of course, both sides are really good. I mean, it was looking good for Lijiang Winston there. They managed to get the pick on Russo early. He overseas welcomed a little bit on the high ground there while his team was backing off. But yeah, good picks coming out from Chirpy. The beat very clutch in countering the Dragon Blade, and of course, Big Chicken getting the early pick on the Zenyatta as well. Just stopped a lot of pressure, a lot of damage coming out. And yeah, Monash just managed to hold them to the first point, albeit all the way around the corner, but it's still very, very winnable here for Lijiang Winston. This is obviously a very historically difficult point to break, but you know, once you do, the floodgates just open, and we'll see whether Lijiang Winston can hold up their end of the defense here.
Yeah. They are just gonna. Oh, we are gonna see a Ryan life above, maybe going over the top here. We'll see exactly how it's gonna play out as they still just play around and spawn. It is going to be Ashe Widow on the defense. Bap Zen, very positional. Double, it's scared, double flex support. Shoot down the joke and try and get a kill.
Yeah.
We are going to be rolling out on the life we've had Mercy to go over the top. Russo's going to stick on the Widow, go for a late flank through main, or maybe not, he's just going to go over the top with them. And Chirpy's messed up the
yeah, I think that was not close enough. Was going for early shot? Oh my goodness.
Miss, unfortunately.
Alright, I think they got it this time. Yeah, the new changes the battle platform, you can just do that now, but it's not going to be high enough.
Oh my gosh, and they're messed up again.
Yeah.
Chirpy, what is he doing? And Chicken's going to go through main, he's going to get a headshot. Russell's going to trade at 1. Russell's going to get for a second shot. Oh, almost head taking her who's head off. And this looks like they're just going to remain. Baps in danger. Oh my gosh, but nice shots from the Zen to get his health flow and save his back.
Yep, he finally managed to pull it off.
Back in. Oh my gosh, the Zen Discord's doing work on Russo. And Joker, as he is just not able to peek at all, as his shield is constantly taking damage. He's constantly below half health.
Yeah, it's just possibly true. So,
Yeah, TP around from the Sim to the Ryan, and they're going to TP straight back. So he's been putting a lot of pressure, and Rosso takes advantage of all that attention and pressure. And it looks like that's going to be all they wrote, as I don't think the Sig can really get back. The only one that can touch is the Ashe. They're going to swap over the Tracer. Tracer should be able to touch, but that's going to be it, as I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to. They force the Tracer out, and that's not even going to be a Tracer touch, and that's going to be 3 maps for Monash Mages, 3-0. Unfortunate to see, not quite as close game, and I know Lijiang how Instant went its full strength because they had a sub, and not all of their players were available, but it was a still good game overall. Got to see some great highlights, some signs of life as we hope to see Lijiang how Instant perform better over the season and improve. But it does seem that at the moment Monash Mages is looking like the stronger team in Uni Div 2.
yeah, very interesting strategies coming out from Monash Mages, of course. The Reinhardt, the Sim TP strats, on circuit. I mean, the Live Weaver was a little bit of a hiccup there, but they managed to take so much pressure. And honestly, that Sim will make a low key, interesting combo there because the Sim towers do provide wall hacks for the Widowmaker to take advantage of as well. So it's just like a budget solid carry.
The attention that a Sim TP Ryan into your backline takes, it just allows for so much free space for Russo to get some free shots on the backline as they're all focusing on the big scary man with the shield in your backline as he gets TP'd onto you. But yeah, looks like it's going to be it for the first game of tonight. Anyone you had your eye out from tonight? Anyone in particular who you want to shout out for an MVP or thing like that?
Yeah, of course. Once again, definitely Russo. He's really just popped off the last map. We talked about how they had to swap it up, and they did try. They tried to force it up flex support, but Majors had plans of their own with the the Lucio Reinhardt. But of course, Russo just taking so much advantage of the pressure there, and had a really strong showing. Even on the Ashe on Surabasa as well, just getting so many early picks, getting so much value of the dynamites, and yeah, just controlling so much high ground there and some of the points. And yeah, just really strong showing for him, considering this is his he joined halfway through the last season, and now this is the first season that he's properly starting out as well. But yeah, a lot of bright spots coming out. Yeah, like you said, unfortunately, John Tower couldn't play at full strength today. But yeah, good showing from them as usual. Honestly, from the mainstays, I believe the Autumn Leaf, Avocado both had some bright moments. But yeah, unfortunately, we had to see this series just go down to a trio really quickly. But yeah, we'll be back with our.
We'll be back in probably around 15 minutes with our second game. Deacon, Monash Double Agents versus Griffith at 8 PM. See you in 15 minutes.
See you guys.
Right then.
And we're live! Hello, everybody!
Hello, everyone. You might remember us from the other game.
The Mages game. Where we
Yeah.
played a Lijiang Tower incident in a close match.
And the one where there was a really good Life Weaver.
Introducing names. So we're coming back in with Monash double agents and Griffith imps, looking really strong for Monash double agents. We have Pancakes to really look out on the DPS role, and then Soprano on support. I don't really know too much about Griffith, but we saw in the 66, we saw Gecko Boy showed up really well as the DPS. Shishimi and Sugi we also saw, and Walrus and Clover as captains. We're also in the 66. So it's a whole team full of people who are from the 66 tournament, and it looks like they could be really strong. So we will be going in as soon as the teams are ready. I will just ask them if they're ready or not.
Now, this is a really exciting lineup from the Deacon team. I mean, 4 flex players, all of which their primary hero is Juno. That's really exciting to see.
Especially when Juno just came out.
It just shows you the
That's
range of talent these players have, really. To adopt a hero that quick, it's impressive.
I'm excited to see what these players can do, especially on this Juno. I don't think we saw a single Juno this stream. So I'm excited.
Tragically, for the Deacon team, you can't lock 4 Junos. So they'll have to flex around that.
I would like to see them take turns playing Juno. That'd be very exciting. And it looks like we're going into Ilios.
Map 1, same as last map. Again, we're going to say, looking probably to see 2 dive comps very strong on this map traditionally, so maybe an honor break or potentially Kiri Lucio variants, as we will probably see some variation of Winston, Ball, or Doom, something to that, together with some Tracer.
Yes, Atomic Fusion coming out with the Juno here for the Deacon team.
Yeah. And Deacon going to be veering off from the traditional path a bit and going to pick the Ram to roll out on here. Whereas
the comps are a bit unconventional here.
An unconventional thing with Reaper Cassidy and then Mercy Pocket on that Cassidy. It looks like it could be a lot of danger for Jay here, as damage seems to be the name of Griffith comms, as Jay is in a lot of danger if he steps out of the line here.
Atomic Fusion already with the Emerald gun on Juno, showing the dedication to this hero.
Yeah, and Deacon are going to take very early control of point with the Symmetra. Pancake's kind of sitting alone on the island here, right? He's going to get forced out by the Diva. And the Bap's in danger as he crosses in the open. A bit of a mistake by Ash here. Reaper getting forced out on the left side. His Race is going to be forced out. Rez coming out. Huge Res by Sashimi to get the Bap back in the fight. And it looks like Deacon have taken control of the point, and this is just going to continue to go up as they just try and stall and play safe and try to live. As huge shot coming in from Diva as around the back, Reaper pressuring from the side as well, but and that's the big picture they were looking for. Armor goes down and the Symmetra follow. I imagine we're going to see some swap ups here as Deacon slowly ball apart with the ball of the armor to start to get off.
I think Deacon just got a bit hold up in the point there, and there was too much space taken by the enemy team. They all just collapsed into the objective, leaving them with not much
we are going to
options.
see the swap off the Ram, especially in response to that Reaper, which is putting a bunch of pressure onto the Ram. And we aren't going to see any other swap. We're going to stick with the Symmetra as we try and melt the Diva. It seems like going for
it is working. Sticky, getting really low here.
And Reaper also forced off high ground. They're pushing a lot of pressure, and everyone seems to be reacting.
TP onto the point,
and they're looking at this final point.
Nice sleep onto the Soprano onto the Reaper.
and the Bob's gonna come in to trade out the Ashe. But it does look like supports are down for Deacon, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to win this. Diva loads for maybe a chance, but no. Headshots coming in from Wallace, and Gecko Boy walking on the Zarya is going to close out this fight. But they did manage to swap over the point in here, so they did get a few extra points.
Pancakes with a huge kill on Wallace.
And somehow getting a kill. This makes
the rest
this
has come
kind of
through.
potential fight, but no, it's going to be a res. So they are going to have to go for a full reset. Looking interesting, also we're going to see the Juno ult come in here. Potential for a huge attack damage boost here, especially with combined with a nano and a wall. But on the other side we've got the window, which could absolutely shred if they take the wrong rotation here. Lucky enough they got the Jim TP to cross things. Oh my gosh.
Into the point.
Reaper is going to trade as he doesn't use waste in time. Cassidy in danger as he's walking onto point. That is also a prime target if he gets focused down, but they're looking to focus down the Diva who's isolated on point, and that's going to be a bomb forced out. Can they kill him before he gets the remake? They do, and Zarya versus back. Just 1v1, and it is going to be the Zarya as he has half health core left to go. As the Juno returns, and that's going to be close to that point. It's going to be look like one more fight needed for Griffith to win this, as Deacon could take control back at the point. We're looking for a drive here. Yeah, Sugi's going to swap to Mira as there's just too much pressure going on to her as she is the Diva, and we're going to look really importantly at this grab. It has to be big here. TP from behind for Reaper, and Atomic Fusion gets caught out, unfortunately. See that, but we are going to see an nano invested onto Zarya, and the grab gets to, that's huge. The Zarya needs to fall here. Huge save.
The bubble does stay the Zarya alive, and will shoot to get it.
Zarya is going to get out, and the res is big to keep them up. The Jimmy's going 1 HP, and they are going to get the Mercy. That's going to be big in this fight. As the, oh no, the Reaper roll, and he gets pulse, and that's going to be the fight 1, and it's going to be the round 1. Nice work from Jay to just keep up high energy charge, and a huge pulse from Pancakes to bring down the Reaper ult before it could get too much value. Very well done. And a few mistakes from Deacon's side, and a few critical mistakes from Griffith that fumbled the bag here. I don't know how I feel about the Juno pick. What was your thoughts on how it played out that map?
Our group energy is
I think the ultimate was very valuable.
very interesting.
And I don't see a lot of the speed boost being used, but I feel like the healing and the damage presence was there. And the ultimate, as I said before, is definitely, you can feel his presence.
Yeah.
I think Jay, with that Juno ultimate, was managed to get 2 picks and secured a point pretty much solo.
Yeah, both teams are going to be turning away from the Juno here as we go into a Lucio and Kiri comp for Griffith and a Lucio Ana comp for Deacon. As they're walking forward here, return to the back of the Ram for the Deacon side as Ram double flex support. An interesting combo, a lot of burst potential if they go on the supports. Danger in here for Atomic Fusion. Oh no, he gets picked out by the Widow from Gecko Boy. The hit scan bursts the flex CPS, and a very fast comp coming out from
Jay does the pick on Walrus.
and that's going to be Sugi going down as well. Huge step from Soprano to keep the Sugi from jumping out and getting the pick. Huge well done by Deacon to stabilize after losing Atomic Fusion early. And then see a swap over to Moira just to keep some more survivability potential because of comfort picks, as we see now the Deacon sports being particularly comfortable on that Lucio here. Push back in the dive and forced out Sugi. Watching out for the Widow here as they look for a pick. And angle, any angle. Lucio goes in just a pinch too deep, and they get booped and stay in for a second too long. A lot of pressure onto the Winston as they're forced to dive out. Running down the cast, can they catch him before he makes it out? Widow catches the Trace on the right. Oh my gosh, nice stop by Gecko Boy. Huge, as we saw in the 66 Tom. Very skilled on that hit scan characters.
And the thing is, there's no one really on Deacon to contest the Gecko Boy Widowmaker. And the win condition here is just run down her team before Gecko Boy does too much. We do see Gecko Boy rotate into the small room here.
And
Giving
Suyu
Jay
getting to a very strong positions advanced up on the left side, but he doesn't have much support with the dive with DPS with the 2-hit scans. DPS, he's going in deep though, and he's getting a lot of work done.
Nice
He's
deep
taking all the attention as Warless walks in the chase, and that's a bit too far for Warless. And he's gonna get caught out. Huge ram ult to force people out, and the Winston's kind of isolated on point alone. He might catch a solid fusion here, but fade out huge. Suyu's gonna get caught though, I imagine, as he's low. Huge pocket though from Ash and Fury, as we see the Primal gonna come out, and looking like the Juno's in danger, gets caught. Widow jump coming up, and that looks like that might be fighting. Oh no, nice shot by Gecko Boy as he manages to leave the Venture dive. Another
Gecko Boy popping off with 2 more kills, but Jay followed up with 2 more of his own.
Mike got this with the 1 HP. Just
Jay.
Winston versus round. This is the final fight.
If he pops,
But it looks like Ash is back, and that's gonna be a fight. Yeah. Support.
Atomic Fusion is back.
Right.
With the Venture.
And it's another 2v3 as we see the Tracer gonna come back. So 3v3 on point. Tracer's back 4v3. It looks like it's gonna be a massive team fight. As they do somehow clutch this up.
Giving Griffith the upper hand. Just for a moment, and they do capitalize on the extra damage and the healing to secure a few more picks, and hopefully turn the point, and they will with a team kill.
Very nice stall by Sugi, and especially Ash coming back on the pocket. That was huge to see. Just some stall, better, just great stall as we need to see. But look, coming back into this fight, it does seem like Griffiths invested a lot of ults into that last fight as they swapped to come back in, and we're going to see Venture ult and Ram ult and Tracer ult being the big ults on Deacon's side as they come to push back. I think we're going to have to see something great from Deacon.
Or somehow
and he fumbles. He falls off the map,
what happened?
and they catch Ash as well. Both supports down. That looks like it might be it. As Venture ult cleans up the Winston, and it's just the Widow left alone to somehow try. But he's just gonna play for his KD.
Accepting his fate in
Play
the
for
corner.
KD. That does look like Deacon's gonna win the first map. Very nice. We played some interesting compositions out from both sides.
Yeah, definitely.
Great shots from Gecko Boy. Very signs of life from Deacon, from Griffith. I very well believe they can come back into this, especially if they get a pick like on the scan map, like Circle Royale, Havana, anything of the escort maps at the moment. Really, an interesting map pool was all of the escort maps and sniper leaning. But we'll be right back as we see what comps, what map Griffith decided to pick.
Thank you, Chirpy, for the 1 month Prime sub. Thank you for supporting the channel.
We are going to see a King's Row map, a classic map, and very brawl heavy. So we are going to see it leaning into Jay's strength with the Ram. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out as they're going for a pick which I personally wouldn't have gone for. It will be interesting to see what Griffith have cooked up on this map. Yes. Clean maps. No rounds. Just going to be waiting for a player as we're going to see substitution. So Prana out, and we're probably going to see AOE in, I believe is their name. I'm not exactly sure what they played, but it's interesting to see this is Prana being picked out. I believe he played very well on this map, so it's interesting to see. We'll see what they have cooked up. Probably because both Soprano and Atomic Fusion seeming like they both play flex support types, so maybe they want to. Maybe AOE is a Lucio player, and they have some Lucio type of comp they want to run. We'll see how it plays out. They're probably having some trouble with the voices.
Oh no. I want to see who's getting subbed in for Soprano here. Maybe someone who's not currently in the room with us.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. The game's glitched, so sorry for the wait. We'll just be a couple of minutes as we wait for technical problems to sort themselves out. Is there any players you're looking forward to see how they play on Kings Row, Chirpy, as we roll into the second map?
We've seen both the rush and the dive coming out from both teams. Well, Deacon opt for the rush. Well, Griffith Imps really goes for the dive, so maybe we'll see.
The stylistic choice clash again on Kings Row. Being known for supporting both playstyles is going to be really interesting to see this coming out from both teams.
Yeah. Yeah. We ready. Alright, we are both ready. Going in. Are you ready, well? Is everything good? Yeah, cool. We are going in. 3, 2, 1, going in.
Initiating match.
We're back here again. Griffith first Monash double agents. Deacon managed to take off the first map, as we'll go into the second map. It was Griffith's pick to pick Kings Row. Very heavy rushed leaning dive is possible, however, and we are going to see the dive variation of Kings Row coming out from Griffith as they lean into the Diva pick. An interesting way to go, as we see a double flex support, double and then a Torbjorn Ash pick. A lot of damage and a lot of pressure onto the chokers Griffith Imps try to cross, and we're going to see Gecko Boy Widow as they open up. Pancakes might be in danger if they don't anticipate the Widow coming out.
That's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah. On a break, the defense coming out from Griffith Imp. It will be interesting to see if they swap off the brig as they see the rush comp from Monash double agents, or if they decide to keep it. And then the armor Ilaria is a lot of pressure and angles if they can take it correctly. And the Torbjorn is just so dangerous.
Boy does not go for the classic upper window angle initially.
A dive straight up from Leo going to left, taking space, huge damage.
Oh, nice dink on CJ. But Pancakes just pick up Ash.
And the Ash
Ailey.
in so much
Very
huge
risky crosses.
damage from Ron, huge damage from Runner's Pancakes as Jay pushes from one side, forcing them all into the crossfire. And that's going to be a fight over very cleanly as Ron gets picked off late, unfortunately. If the time's going to be up, no it's not. And they come back. Just got to be careful with the Widow as the shield gets pushed up so Ash can have a little peek and get some damage. Going to be backing off as it goes back down. Be careful, very careful here as the Widow's staring down main. Ron taking a peek, Ash taking a peek, Angle on the left side together with Tordas. Again, the Ram pushes down
Jay
from the
with
left.
3 kills
Jay,
with his Nemesis form.
Jay pushing from the left. Pancakes run from the right, and it's just a recipe for success. Total control for Deacon Monash double agents as it is the start of this map. Very well
Jay with
done.
another one. Nice stagger on Tsugi.
Yeah.
Another
And
10-second off the puck.
Jacob was not managing to get a pick as Deacon double agents are playing very well, avoiding the sidelines of Gecko Boy, taking very smart flanks together and pushing together, fighting together. They are doing everything well together, and it is looking like a dominant performance so far on this map. Very well done by Zyra to notice the Ash pushing to the left and forcing it out, and it looks like this could be a
With a different angle. Let's get hit with the Atomic Fusion. This is a huge opening for Griffiths.
Off the fight from left side. It looks like Griffith and Imps are playing a lot better together, pushing
Nicely
together and
on
fighting together.
yeah.
As Ron goes aggressive, and that's looking like a bit of danger. Jay's just going to try and stall for Tyre, I imagine, here, as he looks to stall for Pancakes to come back and use maybe an investment of Nano as they do go for Nano.
Let's get 2 straight away.
Nano Annihilation going in.
We'll be able to turn back.
That's going to be the third.
Another.
And it just looks like just the Tsar and the Widow. The Tsar needs to die, and it's just going to be the Widow. Huge combo. The first 2 fights very clean, allow for Monash double agents to build up the ults and get a decisive, decisive fight win. Despite being down 2 and making mistakes at the start of the fight, they make a comeback at the end of the fight. And Griffiths don't even manage to get a point off that. It is going to look like dangerous here as they are going to be trying to command a huge Alari ulto, and that is going to be fine. My gosh. Is Atomic Fusion looking great with the Alari. He's felt so much more comfortable with the Alari than they did with the Lucio and Freaks that they tried before. And it is just looking dominant for Monash double agents. Again, questioning the map choice here as the rush comps is looking great for Monash double agents. They just seem to understand the push and pull of the game, pushing together, playing together, fighting together, and it is looking very, very good for Monash double agents. They are in the swap over to Lucio Zen comp, looking to get fast, dangerous, blast cannon comp, get on the backline, and pancakes with a headshot. 4th and 2 year out. Oh my gosh, this is looking great for Monash double agents. And I was
looking
for
like
pancakes
a
to let it
4-4
out.
after the first point for Deacon.
And just the Genji hanging around at the track.
Trying to do something, but he get picked off.
That is gonna be it.
It's gonna have to do a 4v5 here.
Stumbling in with Dagger, and that is gonna be it. Not even a check. Unfortunate to see. However, it is great to see how well Monash double agents have been playing together. The pushes have been great, and the communication, I imagine, is great if they've been playing this well together. From a team that has effectively the first time playing together. Like, they've played together and ranked a couple of times, but that is it. They have not had any practice together as a team, and they are looking magnificent to play together.
I want to point out the shining star of this team right now, Jay, somehow always managed to draw victory from the jaws of defeat. With that annihilation, he managed to get all of the enemy team.
Yeah.
Denying them not even a single tick. And now the win condition is basically just 33% of the first point.
Yeah, a single fight win and that's all over. Double agents are going to go for a Maze Zyra comp, an interesting decision. You could be very good, especially if Griffiths don't expect it. And we're also going to see a role swap.
This Judo in place of Lucio style.
Yeah.
I want to see how this plays out. I think you trade the consistency of Lucio's speed boost for the extra healing provided by Judo.
The map, I would double check some rules because I check rules. Because rule. Yeah, because they don't know if they can swap between roles. because they've already done it. If they don't, I'm gonna have to restart the map and just give them an opportunity to attack. Because oh yeah, I can just swap them to spectator. I just need to double check the rules. I don't know what the rules to do this before. Hold on.
Oh no, we're not.
What about? I'm the. We are just gonna go this back to lobby. Done. Hopefully this works now. What do they do? Wait, they lock rolls.
Initiating match.
Looks like we are back.
On the track.
Griffith's Imps needs to come out with the biggest defense we've ever seen. And I believe they can pull it off. Never count them out.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Looks like we're going
We're
in.
gonna be on it. It's gonna be over if Deacon managed to get a single tick as we go into this map.
High damage comp coming out from Griffith's Imps here with the Bat Ilari,
Yeah.
Bastion,
Jay on the
Junkrat.
attack with the Mei crossing over to the left quickly. It will be interesting to see if Pancakes goes to the aggressive play on the left side. Likely coming out from Atomic Fusion again. Interesting. But yeah, I was going to see a very similar comp to what Jay and Deacon had on defense.
Nice ball from.
It's going to be aggressive. Yeah. The Bastion's just going to shred the.
He does get the pick from Rock onto Ron.
Yeah.
Advancing for the one-man advantage.
Huge damage from Gecko Boy on the Bastion to allow that pick to happen. And it's going to be Zard, who's very high charge. It'll be interesting to see if Griffith's very aggressive and how they deal with again another push. Pancake swapping over to the Echo is an interesting pick. But they're going to be going.
Mate just kept getting charged with his highly spammable
the right
damage
DPS
line here.
Is doing so much. I think it's Ash being very aggressive, out of position.
He has forced out with CP.
Yeah, and the Bastion form to read a test, and that's going to be aggressive form as they go huge grab, early grab already. Oh my gosh, nice work, and that is going to be the game.
He just got 5 kills.
GG.
Just did it.
Back to lobbies. GG. Good math.
He just got 5 kills. There was no way around it. That was amazing effort from the Deacon. The Deacon team. Very, very scary. Anyone in this division going up against this team? As I said before, they've not played with each other much at all. So only up from here. It's a synergy builds.
Very well done by Jay. Jay's looking very impressive. The Ram and the Zarya both looking very strong picks. And it's been great to see how he's played off the rest of his team. The aggression from the DPS as he goes in, taking attention, split attention, and it's looking great from Deacon.
Very good work from both teams. It was a good defense from Imps until the graph came out, which was really unfortunate because they were all forced into that little area behind the hotel.
Yeah.
But credit where credit's due to Deacon. It was a huge grab, and Jay managed to get all the final blows at the same time, looking really pretty on the kill feed.
And there is going to be a swap as Clover comes into play, or Ash comes into play tank instead of Sugi, and we are going to be going Soprano in again for Atomic Fusion. But what map are we playing? I don't think they've told
We're
us
playing
yet.
all support rotation this game.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Well, let's see our next map pick here. A long and hard decision from Griffiths. Boop, boop, boop.
Rialto. Okay, we're going to go to an interesting pick. It is slightly dive, but also slightly poke. You can play either. Oh wait, I need to get ready. as we go into the last map. It'll be interesting to see running into the Gecko Boy Widow. This is really what I wanted to see in the last map pick, as the hit scan is looking very strong from Griffith, whereas we've more seen some flex DPS and some great plays from the tank of Deacon. It'll be interesting to see, especially since Pancakes. Oh, sorry. They did not say we're ready to go. We're going in.
Going in.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. Also, Atomic Confusion, the strong Alari player. I would have expected to see the Alari player keep in, but we're going to see Soprano swap up to the Ana, which Ali was playing, and Ali going to be picking up the Alari, or the Kiriko, sorry. And we're going to be seeing a May Ash Ram pick. An interesting pick, sticking with their strengths, the rush, which they know works, they know they're good at. It'll be interesting to see. Whereas I believe Griffith is more going for a poke, Sig, Widow sort of comp. As no, we're going to see Ash pick up the Winston. We are going to see the Widow stick, though. Great comp pick from Gecko Boy, and it'll be interesting to see how Pancakes handles the Widow, as the pressure of that sidelines can be really deadly if you just take your mind off a second. Gecko Boy can just take off your head really easily, especially as Ash with the scoped in slow speed. Pushing up here, looks like Ash is going to take some space, take some pressure, and May is going to block him off.
Missed the high ground, unfortunately.
Chasing a bit and didn't drop high ground. He's going to try to hold aggressive at the corner here, and Gecko Boy gets caught here, and Sashimi as well as he goes for an aggressive res. May gonna try and chase this a bit, and they'll see if they can catch the Winston as his jump messes up, and they're gonna catch the Cassidy instead, and it's gonna be a forward.
Gecko Boy with a nice pick up to Pancakes.
Yeah.
No res on the blue team.
Trade for Griffin though, nice shot from Gecko Boy to trade it out. And we'll see a swap up from Griffith here. We're going to go towards Zenyatta as a Rissa and a Reaper instead of Cassidy Winston. It's an interesting pick, and I'm not sure how Jay is going to respond to this. It's going to be a lot of threat onto him, especially with the Zen Orb and the Reaper just walking at him. It's going to be very important for Ron to use wall here.
Wall onto Ash. Ash laid it for Rissa.
As Ash in the bit of danger, but gold keeps him up. And Reaper on high ground. It's going to be interesting to see if we can see any angles taken from Gecko Boy, and he does manage to get a pick. He's flanked around from the left side and taken Ron's head off, and he gets a second one. Nice work from Gecko Boy. I'd love to see a Pancake swap here to a Widow to contest Gecko Boy, or just something mobile to contest him. We are going to see that from Ron as he swaps over to a Venture to put some pressure on this Widow and make sure he doesn't just have free reign. We can see the Nano Ramantra ult here, which could be a great combo as they come back to contest, and we'll see if they manage to get the speed to do so. And a huge spear to force them back, and it doesn't look like they're going to touch as Gecko Boy takes Eileen's head off. Great work from Gecko Boy. He's taking this Griffith team on his back and saying, we are not losing, we are winning this map, this is my domain. Another headshot. He is just not missing today. This is magical what we're seeing. Yeah, it does
With
look
these,
like they're gonna... Yeah,
these Widow picks putting Deacon on the back foot here. So much space and card progress. They managed to cross the bridge. Jay will go in with aggressive.
Jay, and Nade's gonna fall off and it's gonna give the pick as Gecko Boy is caught out as well. As he's too aggressive with the position, doesn't have grapple to escape. A swap over to Hunter as well to push some more pressure on this Urisa, as it just wasn't gonna work with the Venture. And he's going to be clean up for Dagon as they... Oh my gosh, Gecko Boy, he's just magical. He cannot miss these shots. It is too clean. We're only going to be looking to put some pressure on as well. But it just doesn't seem like a Hanzo can contest, or the Ash can contest this Widow. I really would love to see a Widow swap out from either of these DPS. Just even if they're not winning these duels, just to contest it and put pressure back onto Gecko Boy, so he doesn't have the free reign that he's been getting this whole map. We are going to see a give up of high ground again from Griffith, as Deacon can just push over.
Gecko Boy with a huge
gosh, Gecko Boy is him. We are going to be seeing a stall.
But if history repeats itself, Jay will find someone.
Yeah.
We can always count on Jay.
This was putting a lot of pressure on him.
Jay's so isolated.
Isolates
so
him.
much spam. He's going so low. Does pick up the Mega to keep himself alive, but his team.
But he was just
one by one to Gecko Boy.
Much by the Orisa and this Zen Discord orb that he was just falling over, and the pressure just
second point cap is so realistic here.
Yeah.
A much better showing from Griffith's Imps with Gecko Boy showing up where it matters on this Widowmaker.
Yeah, the Widow and the Zen picks are looking very strong. Zen's just keeping Jake out of the fight, whereas Gecko Boy is just been taking advantage of the chaos that the Orisa and the Zen have had free reign to do, and just taking people's heads off. Great swaps up from Ron here and Jay. Sombra's going to put a lot of pressure onto the Widow, and I mean, he's always worried about potentially getting assassinated here, whereas Zara
Discorded
put a lot more pressure and be stabilized a lot better against the Zen and Orisa.
Blossom does get punished.
Yeah, Warris does get punished here as he goes a bit too aggressive, and Ron
Pancakes on 1 HP, someone heal this man.
Yeah.
He does get healed. But Gecko Boy with a huge beat onto Anna.
Gecko Boy finds the angle, and that's just the head taken off. Poke your head out for a second,
it's on the
and it is over.
They try and force Gecko Boy to back off, but the sights will limit his freedom for at least 15 seconds.
Does look like Jay's going to be backing off here.
No,
so every single weapon back. Anna's back here now, and it's going to be a 5v5 fight here. Huge importance as we're going to see that double supporter out from Deacon. Going aggressive first by Orisa. Huge bubble to Nano, who push back in. As Orisa is looking like they're in danger, so they've used their cooldown.
Nice spear onto Jay.
So we're not going to be chasing him. As huge work by the Kitsune Walrus Reaper is looking dangerous as they shred through the tank in both bubbles. Nano means nothing, and we did not see the Kiriko return fight, which I think is the tragedy here. We needed to see the response to the Kiriko.
If we acid back into the Kiriko, but the spawn advantage does mean Griffith Imps will get the upper hand and rack up more kills.
Looks like the ult advantage of taking the heal was too strong, so they did manage to clutch up a fight towards the end of here. But what do they have now? They've got the EMP, they've got the Bob, whereas against the Reaper sites and the Trans coming up for Griffith Uni, it's going to be imperative that we get a big
oh my god, a
EMP.
nice.
And Jay is looking great today. He has been so solid for this game.
That was amazing. That was just across the map.
And they look like they were very aggressive here, as they have the man advantage. But no, they're going to stabilize and just let Griffith take this space and hold their positions as they set up to go for a massive EMP play here, as they potentially shut up and try and get the Zen before they get trans off. That is their win condition. Can they kill the Zen before the trans goes off? I think if they fail to do this, this fight will go in the hands of Griffith. They are going to trans early though, as it looks like their tank held a bit too much damage, and Walrus pushes into the background. And that's a 1-2-3. Big ult from Walrus gets everyone low, and Jay's going to fall. Ron's the last one standing, and that's going to be a 4K from Walrus to clutch up the map. Tashimi getting Jay is the final pick. And that's nicely done from Griffith. It was looking a bit dangerous at the start, as Deacon was looking like they had a very strong hold on the first point, but once they broke it and Gecko Boy got going, they just smoothly went through second point and towards their third point, in which case they needed a couple of ults to break through. Obviously, Gecko Boy's been outstanding, but who else has been your star player for today from this map? Okay. It's interesting to see how we're going to pick up on defense here. Will they stick with the Widow comp for Gecko Boy? No, they're going to swap over to an Ashe comp, which is interesting to see considering how dominant Gecko Boy's Widow was. And I'm imagining it was just going to be more aggressive on defense. They are going to go over to a Sig comp, which we did not see, but we kind of expected to see on attack as they go for it. Mostly pocketed Ashe and a Kiriko to support the Sig. An interesting pick for the Sim, gives potential for some players, TP Sig onto the behind them, great potential for some interesting things we can do. And on attack, I believe we're going for some Diva and Kiriko stuff. Not sure if this Junkrat pick is an actual pick, we'll see in a couple of seconds. But the Tracer does look like it is going to be Jet. Last second swap over to Zarya. And we are going to be seeing a genuine Junkrat pick on Rialto. Interesting way to start this map up. Junkrat versus Metro. Who you have played with this half? Okay. Aggressive fight here. Seems looking like the NJ dog. Metro falling very low. Everyone's kind of stacked in one lane. It'll be interesting to see if we can get any flanks here. Maybe push onto the left side. Pancake's going for it. Angle, one shot, two shot, and he misses. Unfortunate, but there is still pressure, and that looks like it's going to force the Sim and Kiriko fight on the right side, which allows Jay to force up a huge charge on Zarya. Yeah, and that's going to put so much pressure on the front line as Ashe is falling so low. It looks very dangerous here if they don't manage to keep him up.
So high charge. Ashe needs to be careful.
Yeah.
But with the buff Mercy healing and the Kiriko healing, he will stay alive.
Does look exciting.
The
Sim goes a bit too risky and gets picked off here, as they're gonna use Pancakes to counter this, and they're looking like they're trying to
Pancakes untested on the high ground.
Pancakes manages to get the high ground and gets the supports, and that's going to be cut out the support from under the Sig, and that's going to be a fight win for Deacon. And unfortunately, Griffith invested an ult in that fight when they were down, and that unfortunately lost us. And an early pick from Pancake might mean the next fight would be lost too. Res from Sashimi makes this winnable, especially as Ashe gets aggressive, but unfortunately it's just a bit too early and he doesn't have the support to keep him up there. It does look like Griffiths are going to be backing off because they lack their tank, and Deacon will be taking the space. 5 ults for the side of Deacon and 2 for the side of Griffith. It does look like Deacon have just been playing very well macro-wise, haven't needed to invest ults yet. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to macro plan this fight. Will they use a higher, go for aggressive Junkrat play? Maybe so they're just going to use a big ult like grab and maybe a coalescence and go for a single fight win and save some ults. We'll see how they decide to go. Junkrat going in from the top, huge spam. If they are just giving space and giving space, they need to be fighting this especially the Ashe on the flank. He's been constantly on the flank. I'd love to see Sugi and maybe their Ashe go for a fight. Huge grab coming out, and that's going to be 2. With the Sig Fox coming back in response, doesn't manage to get one. It's
winnable. Get boy with a third.
And the ball coming in huge. Zarya's last one
get a 5k. Give it to him. Come on, Jay. Come on. Give it to him. Oh, Jay killed himself.
Jay takes himself out and does nice Gecko Boy the fight.
He got the 5th.
He
got
gets the 5th as Run comes back. An unfortunate thing. I honestly thought Deacon had this in the bag, but Gecko Boy pulls things out as he gets space in the chaos and manages to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to win the fight. Absolutely amazing from Gecko Boy here, especially with the Sashimi pocket. He looks lethal with that damage with Ashe, and we're going to see Deacon pushing out from high ground, and unfortunately Griffith weren't in position to contest this, and they're going to have to give so much space as they just are backing out. Sig kind of isolated on the cart here, and Kiriko kind of out of position, goes very aggressive angle, and they're going to use the coalescence to capitalize on this. Mercy ult to respond, but this does not seem to be enough as the Bob comes in and cleans up the fight.
Warris and Sugi were really close to ult, but Deacon realized that and took the fight really quickly, denying them the opportunity to use them.
And there's fortunate positioning error by Sugi as they get caught out on too deep of a flank and don't have the TP target to get away. As Ash managed to catch Pancake, amazing work from Ash here as they go aggressive and try to capitalize off this pick. Ults maybe coming out, we're looking at the visor, if we can look for aggressive visor flank from the left side. And we are not going to see everything as soon as everyone is just taking back and forth and push and pull as we are just going to be waiting for the respawn. And we'll maybe see an aggressive push here with the Fox coming back in. Cassidy sort of playing aggressive on the left side. Gecko Boy managed to take early stab off though. Are they still fighting? They are. Now they're going to be backing up as Day gets a bit too low. And they do not invest any ults into this fight. From neither team in fact, as we are looking like a 4v4 ult versus or 4 ult fight here. As we come up on the Katsuna and the Coalescence. Putting Dick
I wonder
in.
if we'll be able to see an ult fest.
Yeah, this does look like this could be a very big ult fest as both teams have ults to play with. I imagine we're going to see a Katsuna to start with from either team. It will be interesting to see how it ends up playing there.
Jay with no shield.
Aggressive block, takes Ash down low. They're going to use Super for Swan to...
Will this time for anyone? No, he does get taken out by Gecko Boy.
And they're going to... It's an interesting thing if they trade out Sashimi. We'll probably see a rush out, and it does look like they can just hide this out if they... Yeah, they've been playing very careful. They're going to use the Fox early. They were
unfortunately fell into a trap. Oh, how unlucky. He saw it
but it does not look like this is going to be enough. So Alyssa falls. And we're just going to look like staggers if they manage to chase them down. Siggy's very low, Ash very low as well. And can Ash get out? They do get out. Soldier on the left side though, they're looking like an in danger, and that's going to be Cash if I'm correct.
That's disappointing. That was amazing. Ooh, Ash come back on the Zarya. Sadly, what did you just put this off?
Kiriko ult involved because it's too strong to respond to when Griffith had nothing as they came out of the swarm. That is very close as we see. Deacon do have the slight advantage, managed to get a minute 7 seconds longer than Griffith's attack. And it is interesting to see we didn't manage to see the Gecko Boy Widow on defense. I imagine we'll probably see it again on attack, but as they fall back on their comforts, we'll see how it goes there. We are going to see a return to the Ramattra role, which looks like it could be in danger as Sashimi is picking up the Zen. This was what shredded Jay on their defense, as he just had so much damage and pressure on him with the inability to deal with the Zen Discord or the Ramattra has. And we are going to see an interesting return to the Juno pick from Sugi. No, we are going to see a Kiriko actually. But Kiriko, Moira, and Ramattra, comfort picks for Deacon, but are they going to be able to deal with the Zen? That's the big question, as the Zen just pushes so much pressure on Jay and allows for Gecko Boy to just have free reign on the sidelines. Oh my gosh, this man is insane. Too easy for him to just get pick after pick. He's going for a flank on the right.
Will he be able to pick up this Kiriko so close? Pancake secret walrus. Even out the playing field. Gecko Boy just looking for someone to walk back a bit further, just give up on the angle.
Yeah, he's just very strong frontline presence. The Ramattra doing so much work on the
Ash he's on the high ground, but he is by himself.
Yeah.
He needs to be careful not to get bursts. Does leave in time to get healed. Walrus in the front line. It's burning.
Jay's been playing very well around the Discord all this round. Unfortunately, in the first round of his defense, he
let's get pressured by Ron. On the bench.
Ron under the time as Jay managed to pick up Gecko Boy. That's going to be huge. As over time, Borns come in. Gecko Boy's popping up into the Venture. Diva out of mech. That's going to be one down. There's going to be 3 left. Can they touch? Venture going in for it, and no. Well, they do manage to get the touch. Then that's going to be all there, right? As Venture falls, and they're not going to be able to cross over to touch. A single fight over the bridge is all that Deacon have to do to close out this match, as they've already won the first 2 maps, and I do believe that they are likely to win this. However, Griffith have shown promises of life. If Gecko Boy can hit those shots on Widowmaker, if the Zen can put the pressure out together with the Darissa and just hold Jay down and force him to not be able to make the plays that he's been making all game so far, I think Griffith do have a chance. If they can pull it together with the Zen, the Orisa, the Widow, the things that worked for them on the attack and made them go so smoothly. As they are going to be pulling out the Orisa, and it is going to be the rain from Jay. It'll be interesting to see if Jay decides to swap to the Zarya after he dies first fight, or if he's just going to walk straight back to the Zarya, as that's what he decided to do upon facing the Orisa the first time. And it does look like we aren't going to see the Gecko Boy Widow, instead we are going to see Ash. But this does look like it would be a very strong defense and it has a lot of potential. I believe this could work as long as they play together, they play to their strengths. Gecko Boy's hit scan is looking phenomenal, and Ash Orisa has been shutting Jade down on their offense. This could be very strong, and I think this corner is a great position to defend from. It could be, they could have a chance here, as we're not going to see any great ult combos come out from Jay's team. Instead, we're going to see a variety of strong ults that don't really seem guys well together. Push forward here, and Kirito is going to aggressive again. Suyi is going to look very aggressive angles. I don't know if it's working. Orisa goes out, and it looks like Orisa's in danger, as Orisa has no abilities if they can force her health down, and that's going to be the fight, I imagine. As long as they can force this Orisa out, they
go on, Ron.
Orisa's
still alive.
Nice, well, as long as the Orisa has to die,
oh, she's so low.
And the Orisa does fall, and it's going to be the backline falling behind that, and that's going to be map 1, 2, 3 over. GG's, nicely played from both teams.
Very well done.
Unfortunately, it is going to be the Deacon team to win this. Clean sweep, 3-0. Unfortunately, I just don't think they had the synergy that Deacon had. Deacons played very well together. They understood what each of the teammates were doing, and they played the push and pull of the brush comps so well. Playing together, timing was everything about Deacon, and they played together perfectly. I just don't think Griffith could match up to that. GG's, and thank you for watching, tuning into this stream. Hopefully we will be back next week. I don't know exactly. Depends on how the games go and who's available. But it was great to see people come out and join us in the stream. And yeah. MVP, probably. I've got to say.
Can we give it to Gecko Boy, even if the team lost?
Can we give it to Gecko Boy? I don't think we can. But if for Monash Double Agents, I think it has to be Jay. He was just so consistent on all 3 maps. Like, I've seen Ron had some massive pop-up moments, especially on King's Row, and Pancakes was being consistently strong. But Jay, I didn't expect him to be this game good, and he has been popping off. He was consistently winning the frontline trade and just putting so much pressure, and he would consistently get those first kills, second kills, and multi-kills that just makes this game so dominant. Looked like so dominant for Deacon. That's GG's. Thank you for watching. Hope to
Thank you for watching, guys.
Around.
Hopefully, we'll see you next week.